Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends. And the 16 and the world keep turning our way. And our way. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on.
As you know, we started the year in Lake Tahoe. After buying season passes, can you believe we waited until February before we could ski? First, you'll see Michael taking a run on our first day on the mountain. Later, our friend Cal came and represented LAPD in the 1991 International Police Winter Games. He won 2 gold medals and a silver. Congratulations, Cal.
Seniors unseated, all on the blue course. Those are all on the blue course. And all other unseated. On the red course.
Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones you can't get. Desperado, oh, you ain't getting young. Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home. Freedom, oh, freedom, well, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Don't you feel it getting cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the night time from the day. Losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences. Open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. Better let somebody love you. For it's too late.
42, the other time of 27.79. 27.79. On the blue course, we have bib number 28.
Well then, see, Pam saw you first, figured out.
Walter
Good time for the stabilizer. Hey, Holmes. Here we are reporting from the totally disabled booth.
I didn't
How'd you do?
Not good.
Not good. Didn't even see it. You were halfway down. They don't report that. It's impossible to.
Alright, he had a loud finish on blue, and he's running his way to a 25.45 on the blue. That's
Yeah.
27 is a 25.45.
Yeah, you can bring something out.
Okay, we're going to have another runner on the blue. Okay, and then
Slower than the other one.
One guy lost both.
You look better though. That's the main thing.
It felt better, so I was slower.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
main thing
good
is look
time.
good. You can always adjust the clock later.
Wait a minute. I gotta get my sunglasses. Save a beer for me, will ya? Know what I mean?
B3 had a 27.
Cal Fitzgerald.
That's our boy! Hey, Calvin!
And speaking of Cal Fitzgerald III, he did so well in Masters B. We're going to wave goodbye to Masters A tomorrow.
Yeah! Yeah!
What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
There was a storm of a different kind going on in the Middle East. Watching Desert Storm unfold kept us occupied till we could ski in February. America sent our baddest boys and girls to the front, and they took care of business.
Your word is mine, won't you get it right? Just show your face, broad daylight. I'm telling you, gonna rock you, gonna get your mind. Don't shoot you, jump on, get on me, alright. I'm giving you
One sunny Sunday afternoon, we opted for some higher education and drove to Fleischmann Planetarium in Reno. But we drove home to Lake Tahoe in a snowstorm.
She said, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. I said, don't you know she whispered in my ear? A little knowledge is a dangerous thing, baby. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Oh, you got to listen to me now. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing, baby. Perfect love was all that I was living for. All of a sudden it was turning upside down. She came near, she whispered in my ear. Now I know the reason why. She said, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Yes, it's dangerous, baby. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing, baby. Don't you know I know the reason why? A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Oh, listen, baby. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing, baby. Say it, yeah. Little knowledge.
The next day, the dogs did their chores, and Michael did his. He's quite a handyman and loves having all the tools he needs to keep our truck, trailer, and Jeep in good running order. Later, we drove downtown. We spent our share of time and money in the casinos between snowstorms and had a good time doing it. We also saw Marshall Tucker and Kenny Loggins in concert during our 6-month stay in Tahoe.
Hard to be, yeah, it's hard for me to keep on living.
We decided to take a couple of days and see San Francisco before we finally left California. So we did. We took 2 days and we went in and stayed at the Tiburon Lodge. And Michael, who's been there many, many times, wanted to show me the city and places that are some of his favorites. So that's what we did. He was my tour guide. And we're just entering the city now. Actually, we're on Treasure Island here, and we're looking across at the Bay Bridge. That was me trying to be funny. That's the skyline of San Francisco with the Transamerica building. And Coit Tower. As you can see, we had wonderful weather for the 2 days that we were there. And this, of course, is the Golden Gate Bridge. Nice day for a sail, wouldn't you say? That's the area of Tiburon that we went to stay overnight on the north side of the Golden Gate Bridge. And that's Alcatraz Island.
Here we're on top of Twin Peaks overlooking the whole city.
That's me down there with the Jeep, waving at him.
We just had one of the infamous earthquakes, that's why they can't.
Yeah, right. And now we're driving down to
Fort Point.
yeah, and it's there's a fort down here actually underneath the bridge. And I guess a lot of people don't know about this. But we came down, and Michael has seen it a number of times, so he brought me down here to see it. And as you can see, it's a great place for joggers and hikers. I mean, bikers. And we actually saw people surfing down there also. And of course now we're crossing the Golden Gate Bridge. If you're wondering what that object is in there, it's the heater that we use in it's a propane heater that we use in our Jeep, which we actually didn't need. And these are all scenes from the the viewpoint on the north side of the bridge. And now, this is when we took the boat to go over to Alcatraz Island and see the prison. This is definitely something we'd recommend for anybody. We were very surprised by how interesting the tour was. When you get on the island, you're allowed to walk around pretty much at your own pace, and then they give you, I think you pay a little extra money for an audio tour, and we would recommend it. It's a tour that you walk around inside the prison at your own pace. This, by the way, is a ferry of people coming back. But inside the prison you walk around and you have an audio tape. And it tells you to go to certain spots, and then it describes those things to you. And it actually has interviews with former prisoners that were there, and we found it to be just really eye-opening, very interesting. And this is obviously the inside of the prison.
Horny Corners North.
Kind of hard to imagine calling a place like this home, isn't it? But a lot of men did for a long time. And then we went on what was my first submarine. I'd never been on a real submarine before. We did a lot of other things in between the things that you're seeing here in this little collage. We spent time in the evening. We went out for dinner. We saw a really great jazz singer one night.
Down at the Fisherman's Wharf.
Right.
Yeah.
And we spent plenty of time down at the Fisherman's Wharf, but we couldn't possibly get it all in on tape. Can you imagine living in a place like this, underwater, for 6 months at a time? This is your only home. These are torpedo tubes and torpedoes. And this again is another form of an audio presentation that you walk through.
It's a nightstick that she keeps me in line with.
And they describe everything to you as you go through. You have to do a lot of stepping down and watching your head walking through this place. You sure couldn't be a 6-foot submariner, could you? Just look how tiny, narrow these aisles are. Can you imagine working in a place like this? How many people were there, like 60?
I think so, 60 seems.
60 men aboard a submarine, one of these submarines at one time. Can you imagine working in such close quarters? And we took a drive out to the Chinatown area.
Had some rice-a-roni.
Yeah. I don't think what you're looking at here needs any particular description. But this is a view from the top of the Hyatt Regency, where we went for a farewell drink before we finally left. Waves and the best 2 days in San Francisco anyone ever has. The best weather and the very best work. Thanks, Mikey. We'd just like to say good night and thank you to San Francisco, starting with the Bay Bridge. You can tell we just ended our night now. Bark, okay. Shortly after returning from Frisco, we packed up and left California for a long trip to Indiana with a stop in Oregon first to see Mom and Pop Quinn.
Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. We're a mountaineer, barely kept his family.
Hey, baby!
Well, you know, I'd like to be able to say that it's breaking my heart that we're leaving Lake Tahoe, but no way. On the road again.
Yeah?
And loving it.
Yeah, you bet. Happiness is Lake Tahoe in our rearview
To the
mirror.
back.
Listen to my story about a man named Jed. Poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude. All that is black gold, Texas tea.
We had a great visit with Mom and Pop Quinn in Oregon, then made a quick 2-day side trip with just the Jeep. Whistler, British Columbia is a beautiful Canadian ski resort, which we were planning to make our winter home for the 91-92 ski season. There are 2 wonderful ski mountains here, each with a 5,000-foot vertical drop. That's a lot of skiing. Whistler Village has lots of hotels, condos, restaurants, and shops. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous rates it as the #1 ski resort in North America. And after seeing it for ourselves, we understand why.
Down on the river, it's an easy life. Everybody here's feeling fine. No need to worry or get in a hurry. Nothing to spend but time. Light up a smoke and tell a few jokes. Pass the old jug around. We're gonna get right on Saturday night when the sun goes down. Down on the river. Down on the river. Just some old boys are making a noise. Down on the river. Down on the river. Down on the river. If anyone lost.
Hi, everybody. We're here in Bellevue, Nebraska, at the site of the Strategic Air Command Museum. It's, what is it today, honey? The 23rd?
Yeah, we got it on.
Oh, good. It's Thursday the 23rd, and we're in Nebraska, still on our way back to Napanee, Indiana. So we're going to go view the SAC Museum and then keep on going east.
Get some money saved up for San Francisco. Honey,
Yeah.
go over and stand by the H-bomb, will you? Just this once.
Our friend the H.
Oh, that's a cherry bomb. I didn't think they'd have one of these here, did you?
12. No. It's 12 feet by 4 feet. The casing alone is 12,000 pounds. And when it's loaded, it's 17.5. Hey, honey, I guess that means that the dry weight's 12,000 and the GPWR is 17.5.
Yield, megaton range. That means millions of tons. of explosive force.
And I guess it produces this effect over here, is that right? This big mushroom I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's about the size of it right there.
States Air Force Museum's program. What you're filming now is the portion of the desk from the senior staff balcony which overlooked the old SAC command post. The SAC commander-in-chief sat at this position flanked by his vice commander and chief of staff for briefings and alerts and other SAC operations. Other SAC filming now is called the War Codes Safe. The two-drawer red safe has a special compartment on top that held the emergency war orders. The safe was located behind the senior controller's position. Upon direction of the president, the SAC commander or his command post designee would use codes in the emergency war orders to launch SAC's bomber and missile forces in a retaliatory nuclear strike. What are you doing? Against pre-selected strategic targets. A warning decal atop the safe states that entry was prohibited without special permission. It took two persons to open the padlocks, and when the top was open, an alarm device indicated someone had access. Wait a minute, Sheets. And there's room for 20 passengers up front.
This was a wall that listed all the men that have received the Congressional Medal of Honor throughout history. It was quite interesting. It described the heroism involved.
Vehicle shield was used to protect the Titan II nuclear warhead system from excessive re-entry heat and electromagnetic pulse during flight. The re-entry vehicle nose cone is 14 feet high and 8 1/3 feet in diameter. The RV's size in relationship to the entire missile can be seen by comparing this.
This is the SR-71 Blackbird, a high-altitude reconnaissance plane. This is the high-altitude plane known as the U-2 that was shot down in the early 60s, I believe, with Gary Powers aboard. It's a thermonuclear bomb. This is the backbone of the Air Force, the B-52 Stratofortress bomber. Intercontinental ballistic missile used to deliver nuclear bombs to other countries.
Ghost Rider, this is Strike. We have unknown aircraft. Inbound Mustang. Your vector 090 for bogey.
After leaving Nebraska, we proceeded through Iowa, Illinois, and into Indiana to the Newmar factory in Napanee, where our trailer tongue was permanently repaired. We arrived on May 25 with some apprehensions. As you can see here, there were 10 other rigs which also pulled in for repairs. But our apprehensions proved unfounded, as everyone we dealt with in Newmar's service department was the personification of service with courtesy. You can see here that Napanee has a large population of Amish folk who do not use any motorized forms of transportation, but travel by horse and buggy or bicycle. We found an interesting mix of the old world and the modern age, as we also took in an air show, which featured a flyby with 2 A-10 Warthogs, which had just seen action in the Desert Storm conflict. This is an A-10 Warthog. And this is the barrel of a howitzer.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance,
We're in Mishawaka to get the hitch worked on at Fullright, improved I should say. And here we are in South Bend for the Saturday afternoon, and we're looking at the South Bend Waterway, which is a place where they bring kayaks and rafts and so on, and they shoot rapids down here.
You want me to film you doing it now?
Not today. What I'd like to do is come back tomorrow, and I'll have my shorts and everything on, and we'll go down together.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's the best $1 I ever spent.
Yeah. Okay, until later, folks. Okay, now we're still in South Bend, and we're here.
Ever try to outrun Francis
Hi.
Ford Coppola? What?
He said put it on macro so you can see my tonsils.
We're having no fun again, folks.
You want to check my ear next?
It's that church we just walked by 3 days ago. This is Lake Mary?
St. Mary.
Lake St. Mary.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, guess what we brought you?
To look at Deanna?
60s go-go.
Holy cow! Flapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did the Halloween day today at daycare. You know? They hit us in the jaw.
Go-go girl, huh?
Look at the tractor balloon.
Well,
Look at
Hi, hon.
Hi, hon.
Marco.
If I get a kiss or what?
Uh-huh.
Here, I'll grab the video.
Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Hi, hon.
How you doing?
Fine.
Hi, little boy. Hi, baby boy.
What time did you guys go to bed last night?
2.
We did, Michael.
Here he goes. See you later, honey.
Blue Earth, Minnesota. Oh, oh, oh.
We walked on down here last night, visited Jolly Green. Yeah. That is a manure spreader.
Hey, Crossman. I'd like to see you do a wheelie in that shit mixer. The hot dogger shit mixer.
Yeah.
For you.
Here's
This was a little test where we put patty cakes in the back of the trailer while we were driving down the road so we could get on videotape exactly how much vibration goes on. It's really quite enlightening.
Stop
I know, she'd go nuts. Bet we haven't seen the movie yet, huh?
Yeah.
Skinned out buffalo. Look at that derriere action. Called the gluteus pull. Motorcycle for Cal, so we just had to take a picture out here. It sits on a railroad track. Then the guy pumps it. It's a Harley.
Hey, cowboy.
Out here they're going to have these in Sturgis. In fact, we're almost to Sturgis right now. Goodbye. Ease up on the bell, maggot.
We gotta get out of here, so we'll be saying goodbye to you from the train. There's Michael about ready to crawl in there and leave this puppy home. Till then, we'll see you later.
Yeah, I gotta go. They called me back to work. My pension's been revoked. I see, I gotta take Rodney King in.
After a hot day at the set of the Dances with Wolves, we spent the night in a truck stop watching a big thunderstorm go by. Since we were passing through South Dakota on our way to Montana, we decided it would be wise to stop and make a reservation for a campsite for August when the big Harley-Davidson rally comes around, as it usually fills the whole town up. But we stopped in here at this ranch. It was the only place that had a vacancy for August. And he took our money. We gave him a deposit. He was going to let us hook up here. He said hundreds of people set up their campsites there at this campground, or at this farm. As it turns out, we found a better place to stay. This Harley-Davidson rally is a huge annual rally where 100,000 or more people show up with their Harley-Davidsons and need camping facilities.
After making the trek from Indiana through Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Wyoming, we finally made it to Montana. Our expectations were not disappointed, as we found it to be everything we'd hoped for. Nature at its best, with clear air, wide open spaces mixed with mountains and canyons. It was easy also to see why they call this the Big Sky Country. We felt immediately at home with the friendly and generous people we met everywhere we went in this great state.
Here's our song, too.
Yeah.
It's a big job getting by. 9 kids and a wife. But I've been a working man, dang near all my life, and I'll keep on working. As long as my 2 hands are fit to use. I'll drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of this working man blues. Work hard every day. I might get it in a tide on the weekend. After I draw my payment, I'll go back working. Come Monday morning, I'm right back where the brew. I'll drink a little beer that evening, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Sometimes I think about leaving, do a little bumping around. I want to throw my bills out the window, catch a train to another town. I'll go back working. Gotta buy my kids a brand new pair of shoes. I drink a little beer on the tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. Here comes that working man. The whole song. Well, hey, hey, working man like me. I ain't never been on welfare. That's one place I don't be. I'll be working as long as my two hands are fit to use. I'll drink my beer in a tavern, sing a little bit of these working man blues. This song for the working man. Right on. That's great. Was all my baby ever knew the words yet to come.
Hey, Bruce and Gail. You gotta come up and see us in Westler. This is skiing. Bruce, I want you to know I go down the hill in the same gear I go up the hill in. Hot dog or train?
Started loving you again. I'm right back where I've really always been.
Some rafters. Blowing like crazy. We love it.
We had planned to come to Glacier National Park before we even left Southern California in March of 1990 to begin our Quintessential Odyssey. Now we could hardly believe we were finally here. It was magnificent, with unsurpassed scenery throughout. The park is known for having radical weather, and we saw all of it while we were here. It was intermittently windy, sunny, rainy to the point of floods which forced evacuations just a mile from our campground, and they had so much snow at the highest elevations that the only road going all the way through the park did not open until the end of June. We took frequent walks and hikes and drives throughout the park and barely scratched the surface of all there is to see and do there. This is one place we would like to return to someday.
During the 2 months that we spent at Glacier National Park, my old buddy Doug Harrison from California made the long drive up for a visit. We had a great time. He loves the park too. When we left Glacier National Park after 2 months, it was time to head to Sturgis, South Dakota. We decided to take the scenic route and went through Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park, which you'll also see later on. We also made a journey over a road called the Beartooth Highway, which was really exceptionally beautiful.
his bones. And at 5:45, precisely, he did it. It sure was a terrible place that he hid it. He let that small clover drop somewhere inside of a great patch of clover, 100 miles wide.
Find that, huh? I fear you are destined to fail.
And he left with a flip of his black bottom tail.
This was all the fire damage caused in the big Yellowstone fire a couple years ago. This is one of the many bubbling hot pools. This was the lucky chicken Ginger and Eddie gave us for good luck. It's been working like crazy.
And no campground fees here. We stopped here at the scene of the Battle of the Little Bighorn, Custer's last stand. That was really quite fascinating.
Downstream, here, about 50 soldiers gathered around Custer, shot their horses for breastworks, and fought to the end. The battle lasted 2 hours at most. The dead were removed by their families immediately after the battle. Only the Sioux and Cheyenne words tell us what happened to the 200 soldiers killed in the fight. Some Indian accounts say that Custer and his men may have tried to cross the river 1.5 miles to your left.
For dawn of the 26th, where this village will pack up and flee. These Indians are very mobile, and even with women and children, they can outdistance the cavalry and get out of here. So Custer now forms up his command, and they will march out. They march along a creek known as Sundance Creek that will dump into the Little Bighorn about 7 miles south of his command. He gives Captain Frederick Dentine 3 of his companies, HD and K. They total 120 men, 40 men to a company. They are to ride southwest along the foothills of the Wolf Mountains to stop any of these Indians from fleeing south and west. He's not afraid of them fleeing to the north because Gibbon and Terrier coming down that way. Further to the west is the Crow Indians, who have been pushed out of this area by the Sioux and they're just boiling for a fight, so he knows the Sioux will not go west. South and west, southwest are their only alternatives. So with that,
There he is, get him! Oh, looking good, Mama, yeah! Smile! There's the dungeon bar. We're all signed in. I guess not.
As you'll see, this is only the beginning of what turned out to be 10 unbelievable days at the Harley-Davidson motorcycle rally in Sturgis, South Dakota that we'd been looking forward to going to for quite some time. This was a special motorcycle drive-through liquor store restaurant they built just for the motorcycle rally.
Wave! Everybody wave! Wave! Restroom and everything. Yeah, sorta.
This was the campground we finally decided to stay at, and it was a good thing our buddy Cal showed up with his Harley-Davidson, or we'd be at the Harley rally without a Harley.
Thank you, sir.
I was so ugly. The doctor slapped my mama when I was born. Then he took out his pocket knife and cut off my horns. He said, lady, if you ain't already picked out a name, go ahead on and call him Trouble Man. He's gonna be wild, I'm giving you warning. He's gotta have room, keep an eye on him. I grew up with long and lean and hungry looks. I learned you can't go nowhere people all around the earth bound to learn how to fly. Upside down, side outside, sailing on by. Out of my reach.
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen a few things, but that there is something I've never seen before, and it's starting to juice right now. They say when that thing juices, that's when you want to do something with it.
You're talking about the barbecue.
That's right. Thank you.
Don't film me, please.
She is censored.
I'm not filming you. I'm filming that snake that's right behind you.
No! Yeah.
There it is.
It's starting to juice.
Take a picture. What's that?
Oh, that's great. Good day.
God, they're closing it off even the motorcycle. Ooh, hey, yo. Trying, I guess. These were the fleet of buses and trucks that Charlie Daniels takes with him every time he goes on tour. It was really quite impressive. And down below here on top of our truck you can see Patrice and Cal in their lawn chairs. We had great seats for the week's concert. By the beginning of the rally week, this infield where they held these concerts out here in this pasture was absolutely filled. So it was really great that we had these seats way up above everything. You could see over all the people and the motorcycles. It was a great time.
It looks like we got enough light. Something wrong with Oklahoma? Yeah. Yeah. 25. Some of us handle Sturgis better than others.
Neville opened up his case and he said, I'll start this show. And fire flew his fingertips and he rolled up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and it made an evil hiss. Then a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
Shades of Jackson Hole 15 years ago. This is the one for Eddie and Ginger, right?
Yep.
Won't be long now. Coming out good. Say hi to Ginger and Eddie.
Hi guys. Wish we were there.
What this world needs is a few more rednecks. So people ain't afraid to take a stand. What this world needs is a little more respect for the Lord and the law and the working man. And we can use a little peace and satisfaction. Some good people up front take the lead. A little less talking, a little more action, and a few more rednecks is what we need. I was raised on beans and cornbread, and I like my chicken fried. Yes, I drive a pickup truck, and I'm full of American pride. I keep the Bible on my table, I got a flag out on my lawn, and I don't believe in minding no one's business but my own. And I love them Rambo movies, I think they make a lot of sense. And it's a shame old John Wayne didn't live to run for president. And I don't care what nobody says, I don't trust old Gorbachev. And I don't know who turned him on, but it's time to turn him off. What this world needs is a few more rednecks. So people ain't afraid to take a stand. And what this world needs is a little more respect for the Lord and the law and the working man. And we can use a little peace and satisfaction. Some good people up front take the lead. A little less talking, a little more action, and a few more rednecks is what we need. Now they're trying to take my guns away, and that would be just fine. If you take them away from the criminals first, I'll gladly give you mine. And I don't mind paying taxes, but it makes my temper itch when my hard-earned money goes to make some politician rich. What most people call a redneck, he ain't nothing but a working man. And he makes his living by the sweat of his brow and the calluses on his hands. Now you intellectuals may not like it, but there ain't nothing you can do. Cause there's a whole lot more of us common folks than there ever will be of you. What this world needs is a few more rednecks. So people ain't afraid to take a stand. What this world needs is a little more respect for the Lord and the law and the working man. we need. That's what we need. And a few more rednecks is what we need.
That wild looking? Look at this one, the Star Trek. Yeah, that's wild.
Check out the little Harley Mama on the back of this one.
Sounds like I need some spark plugs. I got on it, should we crap a little bit?
Sounded good to me.
Well, where are you going now?
A little hog mama.
So, take her home now.
Well, we're about probably 60 or 70 miles now north of Sturgis. And we're at the exact geographical center of the United States, according to this sign. And this is out here.
And we must explain that this is the geographical center as computed with Alaska and Hawaii in the computer.
Darn flies are making me jump. We're on our way to Canada now. Montana, I forget the name of it. Patrice will tell you in a minute. So beautiful out here. As you can see, traffic is completely out of control. Bumper to bumper, nothing for miles. Just the way we like it.
Good morning.
Huh?
Where are we?
I forgot what the name of this place is.
Fort Peck.
Yeah, that's it. That was my next guess.
Yeah.
Fort Peck.
And what is this?
A damn dam. I don't know. It's what?
That's right.